Can this be accomplished? I know you're all...
As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol... as a symbol, I can be incorruptible.
He gave us a signal.
Where are you?
Something elemental, something terrifying.
I see you laughing. What are you laughing at?
Well, good morning to Jake Martin because he just did what I was going to do.
Oh, all right. Yeah, all right. Yes. Welcome to episode 17 of Cavecast, where we take an academic approach and more or less comical approach to the world and lore of Batman. I'm Sammy Threepeat. With me, as always, is Drunken Emerald Arrow. And first time on the show, good friend of mine, Kayla. Glad to have her on. Big Catwoman fan. She said this was the episode she wanted to come on and discuss. So we're happy to have her. And hopefully she gets power soon so she can stay for the whole show.
Excited to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I've been waiting for you to do this episode just because I just think there are not as many characters that are as iconic as Catwoman when it comes to female characters. And she also has changing origins. Like, there are so many origins for her character. I think it's crazy, but it's also very interesting. And she also like changes who she is and has transformation at will. But she's very nebulous, you could say, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense to me.
So there's no one defining version of her, you know? So
no, she's kind of as far as like writing goes, she's kind of like a multi-tool. You can do so many different things with her. Whether you want to write her like an ally or a villain, whether she be on the upward fringe of society, or she's someone pretending to be like that, or she's a street urchin, a child prostitute. There's so many.
That's not my favorite.
No, me either. Oh, and yeah, we talked about it. It's weird. Anything that what's his face did to Catwoman, I really didn't like. Batman Year One. Either way, Joker Voice is here.
Hello. Talking about our favorite feline femme fatale.
Yes.
I feel weird because I can't put my camera on. Or it's going to eat my battery.
Yeah. No, it's all right. There's plenty of people.
I'll make you feel better.
There you go.
Symmetrical.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. That makes me feel better. I feel included now.
And all right. So we should probably say hi to the chat, I guess. Oh, Drunken, first one in. 20.
That's why I was laughing. That's why I was laughing, because I was going to come in and sing that there used to be a great tower along the sea, and you became the light on the dark side of me.
About Steel?
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever.
And I just remember getting the Batman Forever soundtrack and hearing Seal, and
Hey, nothing's going to blow away the 1989 version soundtrack of Bat Dance.
I had that. That was my first CD, and I remember my mom yelling at my uncle, going like, "You bought him a Prince CD?" He's like, "I don't know, Batman."
Batman.
You know? It wasn't a like a vulgar CD either. Like, you know, there was. It was just odd when you're like nothing screamed Batman to me about it, but there were some good songs on there.
I mean, I bought the score.
I would have much rather had the score, but like I said, after owning that for 36 years, it grows on you.
Does it though?
When it was your only CD for like the first couple of years of your life, you're like,
okay, like a fungus.
You know, I was born in 87. The movie came out in 89.
God damn it, I'm fucking old. Jesus.
Yes, you are. I won't tell you that I was born in 81.
God damn it.
I mean, I was born in 89, so
Fuck you.
I mean, you know what too? Like I was so young when Batman Returns came out, because that was my first Batman, like my first lead into Batman. I had the Batman Returns Catwoman doll, and I carried around with me. I have pictures on this laptop I could pull up. You can see a child me carrying around a Catwoman doll.
Well, see, that's why I
like
I love Batman so much.
Before my time too.
At a young age. So I would watch, I remember, because my dad loved the Adam West Batman show. And I remember dressing up. It was on the Family Channel. It was right after Zorro. They would play Zorro, then they would play Adam West Batman. And I would dress up, and then I would watch, and then I had the ability to watch, things like Batman meets Scooby-Doo, and, Super Friends were on the Cartoon Network. And then
Challenge of the Super Friends.
Yes, and like all those iterations, and then you would see that, and then you would see the movie where you're like, oh, this is serious. This is like serious Batman. And then the show came, the animated series came out, and you're like, oh, this is a serious portrayal of Batman. And then Batman Returns came out. My parents wouldn't even let me see it because I think I was only like 5 or something at the time, even at a young age, I realized there's so many versions of this character, and then your parents would get you a comic book, and it's nothing like the '89 version or any other version. You know what I mean? No. It's got its own thing. So like at a very young age, I was like, wow, there's just so many versions of this character. There's so many things you can do with this character. It was a great age to be a young aspiring Batman fan, and one of the things that really kind of kept people interested, especially a young red-blooded American lad like myself, would be Catwoman. So we're gonna talk about Catwoman, and we'll just get right into her.
Oh wow!
As Bruce has numerous times.
I meant that as a. Oh wait, no, that's Hell or High Water. Wait, how did that happen?
Wow!
What?
Bridges, Chris Pine.
I thought we were looking
a good movie.
Catwoman. I mean,
we are.
Well, I mean, we know that she was created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane.
And when you say that, we just
debuted in 1940 in Batman 1, and she was the cat.
Yes, the cat, and I believe her outfit was all green for some reason or another. Now, green and purple is a staple in Batman's Rogues Gallery colors. There's plenty of who does it, but it was like there was nothing very cat-like about just an all green suit. Jeremy, thanks for dropping in.
I remember her first costume. Well, one of the earlier costumes was the purple costume with the green cape.
Love
Yep.
the
that.
dress. I actually love that. I forget what that was in. I think it was in a Detective Comics. Maybe it was 203. I'm thinking of the cover of Detective Comics 203, where it's it's like a circus. That's like the first like older book that I can remember off the top of my head right now. It's Detective Comics, I think 203. It was a yellow cover, and they're in like a circus, and she's whipping Batman and Robin, and there's like a tiger there and a lion, I think. She's on the corner of it. It's like one of the earlier costumes I can remember. I know, random. Sorry, this is just my
I mean,
facts
you-
screaming through my head.
Apparently, she
Yeah.
eventually just had just like a giant cat mask on for a second, but nobody liked that.
I mean, and my dear, you say that is random, but here in Gotham, we call that Tuesday. So
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think she was made in the mold of other noir icons at the time. Like if you think of like Jean Harlow. But yeah. It wasn't until like 10 years down the line that she got the name Selena Kyle. If you want to think of it that
I
way.
mean, Theo Snodgrass is a very good point.
Mhm.
I bet Catwoman and Batman have a weird cake. You know, the written part of it.
I think Theo's projecting.
No. It's again. I've been around a little bit here, so
Oh yeah. Thanks for stopping in, dearie. Boosh, my good buddy. Actually, I found this article. Maybe we'll share this instead before we go into everything else. It was like a perfect fit. 80 years of the Catwoman costume. When was this? Oh, this is 2020. So this year marks not just the
85.
Robin. Get out of here, little fruit fly. Will you buzz off?
too many
You were
jokes.
so polite to that fruit fly. Get out of here.
Well, because it's gonna land on the screen, and then I'm gonna hit it, and then I'm gonna be missing a screen. I also know, it's the beginning. We're getting close to the beginning of fall. They're in their twilight. They're small enough to get through the screen door, but now ends them. All right, so yes, so 80 years, but let's look like I said. That's
Wait, yep, I remember this definitely.
yeah, just all green, and then she stepped out in this banger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
not
furry
the best look.
community. That's for the furry community. Back in
The furries have been around that long. Oh,
Oh
my
yeah.
She
I mean,
invented
that's
it.
proof right there.
She got caught, and she's like, "Yeah, let sex be called yiffing," and then then they threw her in the back of the.
Oh boy.
So unfortunately, it's almost to the
Very
point of the smell that
unsettling.
picture.
It's very
Yeah.
unsettling.
Yeah, no, I mean
That's not better.
that's scarier than like what Batman's trying to do. Like you know, like Batman just kind of wanted to have be like a creepy shadow in the corner, and then it was like, then you get to the corner and it's just like a giant cat head, and you're like, eh.
Oh, Tomby.
Oh, what?
That's a challenging wank.
It's challenging wink, but not impossible.
I mean, it would be the equivalent of paper bagging it, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we
So-
get into I love it. Extremely no thank you. But now we get into the more golden age, what we're all kind of used to.
Mhm.
Like we said, the iconic purple and green. Doing it all in high heel boots.
Look at that.
Even back in the day.
The reason why. So with comic colorings, even to this day, purple and green always stand out, and it always makes for a compelling look on a costume. Purple really accentuates female characters' curves in comics, even back then when things were more flat. So, yeah, I just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
very slimming.
That's why they changed the Hulk from gray to green, because gray is hard to print, and like you said, green is you can get much more detail in there, and Of course, if you have like a character that's wall-to-wall muscles, well, you're going to want a color that can accentuate that. So they just made him green. This is the Peter Pan collar, extremely charming, but conveys a good girl vibe to many modern eyes. I don't know that. See, this is a great one too.
Good look.
You know, dude.
Yep.
Big O.
If Robin can show legs, Catwoman can.
Damn right.
Yeah. Yeah. What does Robin do in the winter?
Freeze.
Yeah.
Great.
See, this is a costume to me, like here on this cover, that I remember the most. How they retailored it. They added the green belt to it, the green cape, instead of they just alternated the colors. So
I enjoy this. It's so this is probably a lot of things that like took inspiration from but I mean it's not dissimilar to any costume of the era, you know, like it's very on point for Golden Age. Then we get into the
here we go. Now we're starting.
Julie Newmar to me is Julie Newmar to me out of the three there, Lee Merriweather, the kid. Julie Newmar was the best Catwoman.
I agree. Julie Newmar is also the one in the movie.
No, Lee is.
Lee Merriweather.
Lee Merriweather was in the movie. Yep, and Eartha Kitt. So
now, I'll say this about Eartha. Eartha was the one who like really leaned into like the cat purring and just really took that like over the top.
Yeah, no, she made it into a full on kink.
Perfect.
What's interesting too, like when you think about the TV show, so when the TV show became a thing in 1966, Catwoman was completely removed from the comics because of the comics code.
Yeah.
And it had all the conservative ideas about women and glorifying crimes. So pretty much I think it was her last appearance was in 1954. It was Detective Comics, either 210 or 211. I can't remember right now. I need to look it up, and I don't know where
we'll be going through the whole like Wikipedia timeline, so it'll have it in there.
Yeah. So, but she appeared on TV before she returned back to the comics. That's very interesting, I think.
Yeah, no, it's incredibly interesting how much the comics and the television show influenced one another. There were definite things that people took away from the show that made its way into the comics, like Batgirl would be a good, and then there's certain things that the vice versa, and it's not unlike things that you see today, like with the Marvel universe. They're always trying to, much to my chagrin, try to get things closer and closer to the movie universe, which like you don't necessarily need to do. You can take aspects of things that you like and bring them in there, but you don't have to have it be a beat for beat match. No, yes, the two leading, obviously, Super Pussycat, formerly Superman. Special guest, the Penguin. This must have been a banger of an issue, actually.
Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane.
Yep.
Was special guest villain, Penguin.
Yes.
Yeah, and there you go. We got her back to the all green scaled. It looks almost. She looks more like.
Not a fan of that look.
No.
Looks more reptilian. But
yeah,
what
I was going to say it looks more like Lizard Lass than it does Catwoman.
The future design for Aquaman.
Is that her? Right. Is that Catman right there?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, that's a terrible design for Catman. I mean, this is just blah. This is kind of like you're really not going to get too much great from the animation until moving. Yeah. I don't mind this.
No,
at least looks feline.
Ask.
He just lost the battle of the sexes.
I don't like the boots. They look like pilgrim boots.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very swashbuckling.
No. The question is did Batman actually lose, or was that intentional? Because that's the kink. 4 on 1. Okay.
He was like, I don't like these. Activate bat penis.
Which was when he brought in his friend, the Justice of Love. El Gaucho.
Oh yes, El Gaucho. Oh, someone said El Gaucho.
Uh-oh.
For what's right. For love. My balls are a cry for justice. My dick veins are a cry of passion. I am El Gaucho.
He's El Gaucho. Yeah, he definitely would have tagged her in with the Batman fights the Legion of Feline Furies.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, and then we take a little bit, move back to the classic.
Right.
This is probably Bronze Age. Let's see. This is horrible.
Oh, I remember this cartoon too.
Clayface, Catwoman, and Joker.
Yep, this is where I was first introduced to the Batmite.
Oh yeah, I love this in the background. That Joker's just got a picture of himself, just
and here's a problem
just
with that.
wearing exactly what he's wearing. All right, now we're getting into more the kind of purple.
I actually didn't mind that costume. It was just her background.
And the fact that they made her a prostitute. Frank Miller does some weird things, so you can do a lot.
I love Frank Miller though, but
the whiskers I think are a little much.
You know, it's like the swastika nipples in Return of the Dark. You're just like, what are you doing? What are we doing here? Yeah, David Mazzucchelli, his design for Catwoman. It's I don't know if it's goopy. I like the whiskers. He's and then we get to like pure fetish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I loved the Batman Returns Catwoman costume.
I love the costume. I did not like the character.
I don't know. There's parts that I enjoyed and parts where it's like it's so over the top. But that movie is so over the top.
It is a fine holiday film.
I don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorites, but it's a weird movie.
One thing I will say about the costume for Batman Returns is the fact that at least you see her making it, and it does look something that is made.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Well, even here, like above the eye, it gets more tattered as it goes along, and there's more stitching. So, like, you can see the stitches are starting to split just above the eye. Oh, Miss Sparkles is here.
Hey, Miss Sparkles.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
We've just been going through the many costumes of this character before we get into the history. Yes, sexual. Yeah, I think it's a genuine consensus that everybody liked this costume. What did they say? Sexually unhinged. Yes, I like that description. I
think too, it also represents a lot of the duality they really made a push on, like a mental duality or split personality in Batman Returns. So like the stitching is very much symbolic of her kind of piecing herself together, the different aspects of herself.
That's a great analogy. Yeah, I just being like a feminist character, just the start, you know, she's horribly brutalized in this movie by a man, and then just kind of just reinventing herself, which mostly you would see that from a character like Poison Ivy, right? Like that's not necessarily part and parcel. You don't think of Catwoman as like a victim. You kind of just think of her as like peak female potential. She just happens to like to steal things, you know, what she wants to. There's nothing necessarily supernatural about her, or, you know, like I know that in the Tim Burton movie, apparently if enough cats nibble on you,
You can be resurrected.
you get resurrected with 9 lives. Let's keep going. Obviously, they
right.
Well, I looked in the history of her, and at first, when she wasn't wearing the cat outfit, Batman let her go free 3 times because she was hot. That's her first appearance. Was she was trying to steal, and then he was like, "Oh, you're too hot. I'm not gonna do nothing about you."
Is that Golden Age or
the history? I looked up the history about her.
Yeah, and she was an amnesiac for being a flight attendant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Little trivia here.
And then yeah, so obviously
And one of her first outfits is like a cat head. Did you already show the cat head? Like
Yeah, we're way past it.
Yeah.
This is all in chronological order here.
Yeah.
So we did kind of show the birthplace of furries.
Yep.
So,
Sorry for being late. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said,
It was ugly though.
We're gonna go through the costumes because like it's and then we'll get more into the history. But I mean, the costumes are a big part.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's fine. How could you have possibly known? So now with the Bruce Timm,
Love it.
Yeah, I love it.
love it.
This is still a take on what Burton did, but like it's definitely like desexualized, you know, a little bit more kid friendly. There's not all like the stitching. It doesn't look like it's still sexy, you know, just simply because it's like a tight fitting suit. It's not
suit, and then
yeah, but it's not like an
combination. I think it's a combination of what Tim Burton did, and then when you go up to, you know, that Frank Miller book there, that kind of look that was drawn, and then the belt is kind of something reminiscent that would be to the 66 show. So it's kind of combining, I think, 3 different costumes to make this one. So it's paying homage in a way.
Which Bruce Timm was at the time and was excellent at doing in his designs. He was I mean, even when you look at the Penguin, you know, it still looks like the Penguin from Tim Burton's Batman Returns, which they kind of had like this loose continuity with. But also, like, it looks like there was a touch of every other Penguin you've ever seen. You know, like the Joker has a color scheme that you've seen in all of these other cartoons, but like he you know, he's broad-shouldered, he's menacing, he's not just like a string bean. Like, you know, there was like these designs are quintessential, I would say, to these characters. And then we have probably my favorite.
My favorite.
Collected it at age 12. Yeah, I have all of them.
Yeah, the purple. Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
Jim Valiant was the best.
Yeah, I have all of them. I even have one that's special that because their first edition, the very first one, it was too graphic, so they remade it, and I have the one that's too graphic and the one that was remade.
I mean, they took, I mean, everything about this, you know, with the ears.
Yeah.
You know, I
have a life-size poster too. So, yeah, it's my favorite one.
They have a life-size poster, eh?
Yeah, I do. It's awesome.
Yeah, and just the impossibly high thigh-high boots. Does it look tactical? Huh?
They make thigh highs that, and they function. They do. I own a pair. I wear them during the fall.
Really? Interesting. I'm taking notes here.
Okay, and then
asking for a friend, where could I get a pair of boots like that? I'm
Right.
joking.
Hot topic.
You can get them pretty much anywhere, any place. Target will have them. Shein will have them. Any Macy's will have them. It's like a woman's fall fashion staple. Usually you wear it with like a sweater dress or.
Yeah, Toasty agrees.
So.
Yes, Toasty with the most. And
Toasty
then,
probably
as
looks hot.
everything else, the new Batman Adventures, everything gets a downgrade. All the designs are awful. I'm assuming they went with like the ghostly pale simply just because of the Tim Burton movie. And yeah, I don't like it. And I mean, if we compare that to this,
what
are we doing here?
There's nothing to it.
Yeah, this no.
I have some of those comics too. This one, it's not. Great.
Yeah, it's all right. It's almost more of what we see in like the Halle Berry movie.
Yeah.
Well, I have one that has a great. I only got it because it has like a great cover. It's her splitting herself apart, and it has a cat. You know, the cat costume and then her face. She's tearing herself apart. Yeah, and it's a really good. It's a great cover. So, but yeah, I didn't really like this one. So.
Now
that one I hate. I hate that one.
Oh, I don't mind. I
hate that one. I hate the goggles.
Oh, I don't mind the goggles.
I don't like the short hair. I don't like the short hair.
I especially love this pin-up look.
Love Darwin Cook.
Oh,
I think that's kind of where they got but the goggles here, I think, is where they kind of got the inspiration when it came to like the Gotham series, with young Selena having those. Goggles.
They very much took it for the Arkham series as well.
You'll see it carried on throughout video games as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the goggles kind of stayed.
I don't know what
I played the video game. The Catwoman video game
for the movie. For the Halle Berry.
Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. I couldn't it was really hard to move around. It was really bad. I played it. I think I still have it.
This is obviously from the Batman. This is not great either. The ears are far too big. The goggles are
ridiculous.
Yeah.
More you would see on a character that's playing an insect.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to look at Darwin Cook's art again. I absolutely love Darwin Cook.
Yeah. Back to the vintage look.
Back to the vintage look, which is perfect for Brave and the Bold. That's what they were trying to do.
I actually liked Brave and the Bold. Yeah.
I watched. Yeah, I watched the crap out of it.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones was the Ultimate, where Owlman and him.
Yeah.
This is just pure anime. This screams anime. Like this is a very manga like style of a costume.
Very kawaii, if I may say so myself. Very kawaii. And then Anne Hathaway.
The best on-screen Batman, the best on-screen Catwoman there is.
All right, so I will say this much. I think Anne Hathaway looks like Catwoman. I think definitely when you go and you look at like Adam Hughes' Catwoman artwork, it looks a lot like Anne Hathaway. And in that aspect, she was a really good Catwoman. But personality-wise, I do not think that she nailed Catwoman's personality. Catwoman has a lot of duality as a character, and she does not nail it. She plays a very flat.
She's a sucky actress.
A very flat Catwoman. There's no dynamicism to her character, and Catwoman always has. Catwoman is a round, dynamic character,
and sexy one. She is sexy.
I thought this was amazing, in the fact that because everyone's like, oh, Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm like, Catwoman was never a secretary. At least Anne is a thief, so it's keeping and like you said, it's got a lot more comic origin look to
But
her.
it's her personality. She
Yeah,
didn't
it's her
nail the
personality.
I
character
still thought she was fine.
personality-wise.
Well,
I-
there's a lot of glaring problems with this movie, and Catwoman being one of them, where they have her more like a freedom fighter. Also, if you thought Bane's plot to rob the stock exchange was actually going to be the reason that like Bruce Wayne loses his fortune, as if like insurance companies don't exist, and you know you're just going to rob the stock market in like broad daylight, that was, you know,
I felt so stupid because I really thought it was Sean Connery doing the voice of it, doing Bane. I don't know why I thought that. It was so dumb. Was that's a big guy, right? The voice.
The James Earl Jones him. Yeah, I never liked Gotham. I think Gotham is terrible.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously
Superhero Girls. That's a cute show. The show is cute.
I never saw it. This, I don't know what the hell we're
Oh
talking
gosh,
about.
what happened?
Okay.
What happened?
Okay, there's an episode of Superhero Girls where it's Harley Quinn and Batgirl. Well, they're both voiced by Tara Strong. So I'm just imagining Tara Strong in a booth playing off herself the entire recording of the episode, and I'm just laughing my ass off because I mean the show is the show is silly, it's stupid, but it's cute.
All right.
I don't
yeah,
get the
like
hair.
I said, this is a little much.
This is very
That's hair, right? Or is
this has very much a Eartha Kitt feel to her.
But it ends up looking like a South Park character.
Well, you know.
Obviously, you can see the Darwin Cook look on the Harley Quinn show, which is also just brutal. All right, see this? Not a bad look.
I have it. Oh my.
You know,
it's not bad. Yeah, that one too.
All right, so I think we got it. Let's go back to the actual history of the character, and then we can, you know, get some thoughts on that, and then we can really break into the discussion here. But it's like Kayla said earlier, when we talk about Catwoman, it's important to talk about what Catwoman we're talking about, because there's so many iterations of this character. You know, originally she's kind of like the female version of a gentleman thief.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just very or I guess you would say a gentlewoman thief. So, you know, obviously created in spring of 1940. So yeah, Batman #1. So came out same issue as Robin. She has become the superhero Batman's most prominent enemies. One of the superhero Batman's most prominent enemies. It's weird because sometimes she is a superhero, or more of an anti-hero. But either way, I digress. She's definitely a member of the Rogues Gallery, and there's a love-hate relationship since 1993. Catwoman has had her own ongoing series, Catwoman. Obviously, Selena Kyle is her alter ego. She's been played by many different actresses. Yeah, well, I guess we'll get to her because we haven't necessarily talked about all the different actresses who played her. Let's just do it a bit at a time. So co-creator Bob Kane was a great movie fan, and his love for the film provided a impetuous for several Batman characters. Catwoman, Kane's inspiration for Catwoman was drawn from multiple sources: actresses Jean Harlow, Hedy Lamarr, and his cousin, Bruce Steele.
Anytime Hedley Lamar comes on, my head immediately goes to Blazing Saddles.
Yes, yeah. But it was just the shock of, hey, I need to come up with a sexy character. Yeah. I think I'm gonna use my cousin. My cousin be a good one. But
of course.
But you know, Bob
Everyone's
Kane
got a hot cousin. Don't you got a hot cousin? Yeah.
No.
No,
I know.
Okay, no.
I
I
have
don't know.
I have 3 beautiful cousins, but I wouldn't describe any of them as hot because they're my cousins. Um, and I definitely wouldn't be like, I need inspiration, for someone you really just want to put your hands on. Why not my cousin? But you know what? Bob Kane is sleazy enough where, it's not coming from a place of weird. It's just kind of like this, like, I steal shit from everybody.
Is Bob Kane from the
It's-
Appalachians?
No,
Is
doesn't
but
make
it
it-
Bob
from the
Kane,
Appalachian?
That
okay,
doesn't make it. How is he?
yeah, he
He's
wanted to give the
sleazy enough
book
for you not
sex
to know if
appeal.
it's come from anywhere weird. Be sleazy, it would be from somewhere weird. What do you mean?
No, I don't know. When I think, hey, I want to give my book a little bit of sex appeal. Why not this member of my family? It's just kind of weird. And also, Rule Steel sounds like a porn name. Kane and Finger wanted to give the comic book sex appeal as well as a character who would appeal to female readers. Thus, they created a friendly foe who committed crimes, but also a romantic interest for Batman's rather sterile life. Catwoman was meant to be a love interest and engage Batman in a chess game, with him trying to reform her. Ooh, I can change her.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
all right.
that's so okay.
All
So
right.
that character was
Yeah.
quite literally written for like Theo.
Yeah.
I can fix her.
Friend of the channel, Theo Snodgrass. At the same time, this character was meant to be different from other Batman villains like the Joker, where she was neither a killer or evil. Like, yeah, she's just like I said, she's like a gentleman thief.
She likes diamonds.
Yeah, she does. She likes shiny things.
Just like me. Yep.
Fingers saw cats as the antithesis of bats. I don't know if that's
Ears on head.
yeah, I was gonna say they
I-
both kind of have like this nocturnal nature. I wouldn't say one's the opposite of the other. Bob Kane
If you
said,
put bat wings on a cat, it'd look like a bat.
Yeah.
Then BAT, then CAT. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
so
they're
I'm saying it's not,
definitely. I think she definitely always has been created to be a counterpart of him, and they definitely, like, depending on who's writing the story, they definitely do mirror each other in aspects. So although it's not completely the same, you see that as the origin changes down the line, when it gets into that, there's the hint that Carmine Falcone is kind of her father. Like, you see, like, there are definitely parallels and things that are mirrored within the characters themselves. So yeah.
In her original story, her parents both ended themselves, and she was like, "Okay, I'm out of here," and told the cats they can come with her if they wanted to.
but Bob Kane said, I felt that women were feline creatures and men were more like dogs. While dogs are faithful and friendly, cats are cool, detached, and unreliable. Wow.
Oh, nice. Cool.
I felt much warmer with dogs around me. Cats are as hard to understand as women are.
Cats are assholes.
I feel like this says a lot more about Bob Kane than it does the character, but let's continue.
I mean, it says that Bob Kane might be a little bit narcissistic. You know why? You don't control a cat. You don't. You don't control a cat.
Dogs never
Awesome.
talk back to you. A cat might get a little, that
Maybe
feels
a
like
product of the time too.
Well, you want to know what? I can't dispute that. I mean, I have a couple cats, and I swear they're staring at me and trying to figure out my demise.
Yes.
So
yeah, I know. Like my buddy's cat, if ever I slept over, it was like why it's looming over me. It was like, no, I'm not dead yet. You can't eat me. But you always need to keep a woman at arm's length. We don't want anyone taking over our souls, and women have a habit of doing that. So there's a love resentment with women. I guess women will feel that I'm being chauvinistic to speak this way, but I do feel that I've had better relationships with male friends than women. With women, once the romance is over, somehow they never remain my friends.
What the fuck?
This is a
I'm
shocking
sorry, but
indictment of
the more
what a
the more I
sleazebag
hear
Bob
about
Kane is.
the more I hear about Bob Kane, just in
He's
general.
such a piece of shit.
I'm
He might be
wondering
closeted.
I'm wondering if Bob has a few skeletons in the closet when it comes to relationships with men.
I think he has a lot of
That's what I'm saying. He might be closeted.
Yeah.
I could definitely see him be like, oh, this bitch never called me back. I wonder why that is.
He's one of the first
like,
incels.
You know, like he just can't. So yes, Golden Age. She's a mysterious burglar, jewel thief, revealed at the end of the story to be a young, attractive, unnamed woman to disguise herself as an old woman at the end of the story, been hired to commit a burglary. Although she did not wear the iconic cat suit, the story establishes the core personality of the femme fatale, who both antagonizes and attracts Batman. It is implied that Batman may have deliberately let her get away by blocking Robin as he tried to leap after her. She next appears at Batman #2 in a story involving the Joker, but escapes Batman at the end. Batman #3, she wears a fur mask, again trying to succeed in escaping Batman. So like we have the setups for this character like right away. You know, she's smart, she's attractive, Batman's totally into it. And you know, so we can keep going. So then it jumps. So like this was in the 40s. Now we go to it jumps to Batman 62. This is December of 1950. It reveals that Catwoman is like Kayla said earlier, is the amnesiac flight attendant.
Wait.
That's her
We mentioned all the cat.
first.
It mentioned the one with Robert Pattinson as Batman and that chick.
We're going to that at the end. We're going to be talking
Oh,
about
but that was one of the costumes, though. But okay. Did we show it? Okay.
This is her first origin that was announced in a comic book. This was the first origin that they gave her as far as her backstory went, was this flight attendant where she gets hit in the head, or she was hit in the head. She reveals this to Batman after she's hit in the head in his Batcave. I forget exactly how it happened, but she reveals she was like hit during I forget what the airplane happened, but she got hit in the head then, and then she was hit in the head, and that's kind of jogged her memory, and she tells him. So that's her first true origin there as a flight attendant.
For supposedly keeping the Batcave secretive, he sure lets a lot of people in there.
Yeah, I mean, she pretty much she's a long-term amnesiac, and she took the life of crime after she lost her memory. So that's kind of how they play it.
Brain damage.
Her eyes aren't crossed anymore. I know. Falls down a well, eyes go cross. Get kicked by a mule, eyes go back. I don't know. It's the whole point. Hit by a head, loses who her memories are, turns to evil when the sense of crime, and then gets hit in the head, and then confesses, "Oh, I've not been myself."
Yeah, it's kind of like what they did with Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin.
It's pretty much.
But yes, and then we get into ultimate enemy of the channel, the comic book Code of Authority. You can't have female characters doing certain things, and you can't have vampires, and like the cops can never be corrupt, and just a bunch of dumb ideas that severely limited things, but also turned horror comics into Mad Magazine. So
ruined DC.
Yeah, yep. But like I said, if those idiots didn't do that, we wouldn't have Mad Magazine, and where would we be as a culture?
I mean, it's still the craziest thing to me, though, that just given everything that happened with the Comics Code, then she makes her return to the Batman 66 show before a comic book. That's insane to me.
You know how the show got started, right?
So, I don't know much about history of the show because I'm like a comic book head. So it's with TV shows and things like
well,
that.
it'll make
I'm not
sense
great with.
why they brought Catwoman back. So the way that they got the idea for the Batman 66 show was they were showing old Batman serials at the
Oh.
Playboy Mansion.
I watched all of those, and that was. Hey, can I tell you? Like, we watched all those on Aldis's channel on his Wednesday show. He went through and we watched all of them. They were insane. They were actually like they had like. Can I say it here? Like we coined it racist Batman. Like as a fucking joke, like racist Batman, but there really was like a lot of shit, the portrayal of people and stuff. It was fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, well obviously if you look at the time, I'm sure there was a lot of anti-Japanese sentiment.
Oh, there was. They had people playing Japanese people and everything. It was great. I suggest everyone watches it.
I own them all on DVD.
I need to admit something, and I'm telling all of you, Sammy, Kayla, Joker, Sparkles. I'm turning in my nerd card because it just dawned on me what DC Comics means. It's Detective Comics. Are you fucking kidding me? It took me that long. I just fucking realized it.
Wow.
I can't fucking believe. I just dawned on me. I've never put two and two together.
You never wondered.
No, it just never dawned on me. Just did. So
it's all right.
The card's turned in until I earn it back.
I had that realization when I was like 5, but
well, good for you. It took me 44 years.
What did you think it meant? Like originally, did he mean anything?
I never questioned it. Never thought about it.
Yeah, he just thought it was like the publishing company and Detective Comics was like its own
figured
series.
it out. Believe it or not,
I get it.
Plenty of people. I'm pretty sure there's probably plenty of people that don't recognize what DC means.
No, I'm
probably never thought of
not. It. Yeah, so
No,
all you people were in the closet pretending like you knew.
At least Jay he still accepts. Yes. Mostly.
It's all right.
Good.
Okay.
Either way, so they're showing these serials at the Playboy Mansion, and they're like, "Oh, this is all fine, but we need a gal." And obviously, Catwoman is the one who came to mind, and they're like, "Well, Catwoman's not in the comics anymore." It was like, "Who cares? We'll have a girl in a cat suit. It'll be hot." Like that's basically how she came back. And then a little bit later, they're like, "Hey, we need another gal, maybe a redhead." And that's how we got Batgirl. That's
Yvonne Craig.
Because like think about it, you got like everybody from like Mad Men sitting at the Playboy Mansion, right? Like,
yeah,
of course that's what they're coming up with. So now we're getting in the Silver Age, and Catwoman made her first appearance in Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. Okay. So that's probably the cover that we saw.
Yes.
Earlier. So it's the same thing. The modern age, Tangled origins, Catwoman's origin, and to an extent, her character was revised in 1987. Yeah. She worked as a dominatrix for a pimp named Stan.
Stan.
And also, like,
friend of the channel, Stan.
It's always Stan.
I will. What I will add. I would say, I think before that, what was it? The Brave and the Bold creative team revisited the Amnesia storyline.
Yes.
So they revisited that. And yeah, this was, oh God, this is just also with the Brave and the Bold. Did they mention it? Like in the Brave and the Bold 197, right? When they revisited that storyline, that has the most famous, probably, and it's most questionable. It's a pedophile shoebox joke on the title page of that comic book.
No,
and that's why people buy it, because it's very controversial. Yeah.
What was it? It was Brave and the Bold.
It's Brave and the Bold, and it 197.
Let's look this up.
So it's known for framing Bruce's autobiography from the 1955 comic. It's like the best known questionable pedophile shoebox joke on the title page.
Wow.
All I'm getting is a scarecrow. Oh no, and it has and the Catwoman. Let me see.
Yeah.
Here.
So it's you'll have to look more into it. I can find more information on it, but it's why it has some value. But the issue, it's framed as Bruce's autobiography from the 1955, and it has like the most questionable. I don't want to keep repeating it, but it's a shoebox joke on the title page. So, but it's they say it's key to it's also like key to her history, because it reveals in this issue, in the Brave and the Bold issue, that she lied about her amnesia to escape judgment and justice, and her true origin was a life of crime and escape from an abusive man. So, and we see that thread in many different rebirths of her character. I mean, it's but and then we get to this horrible 1987, which I love Frank Miller, I do, but year one is just, oh god.
Yeah, no, there's some stuff. It's like Frank Miller saw Taxi Driver, and he's like, "That's my Gotham," and you know,
Still haven't watched that yet. I want to.
I mean, it's great.
Taxi Driver or year one?
Taxi Driver.
Well,
it's definitely very
watch the Joker. Basically the same thing.
Absolutely, it is.
I mean, I'll definitely.
I just know it's iconic, and I wanted to check it out.
I'll definitely say, like, with this 1987 comic book series, she was definitely more gritty. It's more grim because it's Frank Miller. It's darker. And she's definitely a badass in the series, but it's her origin herself. It just kind of disturbs me a bit. And we first meet her. She has a very heroic appearance. Like her first appearance in the comic series, it's super heroic. I mean, she's coming to the defense of a friend who a client is pretty much like harassing her. I mean, she's very heroic in this area and very edgy in ways, but then it's very gritty, and it feels kind of exploitive, if that makes sense. And
well, the problem I have is it's not an Elseworld story. It's in the regular Batman continuity. This is Batman 404 to 407. Like, this is not hey, this is like an offshooting. So when they made her a dominatrix that, shelters this child prostitute, that's what they're saying that Catwoman does in the mainline story. So like it's fucked up.
And then I mean, they revisit the whole sex worker thing again in the Dark Knight Strikes Again that Miller also wrote.
Yeah, where he makes her an old prostitute.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Frank, like I said, he's very hit or miss.
I mean, and this happened what? Like, I know before that too. I think it was in the Brave and the Bold storyline. We know that Bruce does end up marrying Selina. So, and they live happily together for 20 years or so. And then when they catch up with Bruce in the present beforehand, sorry, I'm like jumping back and forth because they interchange. I'm getting to a point here. But she dies like a pointless death, and it's off page.
Yes.
They killed her off page. And then pretty much like the entirety of all of DC Comics was pretty much rewritten with the Crisis on Infinite Earths. And
that was supposed to wrap up the Golden Age storyline of Batman. Like what we witnessed there was the death of Golden Age Catwoman, Golden Age Batman. They were just trying to wrap that up. And
then we get this. This is basically pretty much when they redefined the whole DC universe after Infinite Earths. This is what we get for the modern age of comic books. This was the redefinition of Selina Kyle pretty much as a character. And what was this, 2 years after Crisis ended? A year or 2 years after Crisis ended?
I think it's about a year. And Batman, besides maybe that of Jason Todd.
Dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies aren't much fun.
Now I'm sad.
That is
Why? Now I'm
Such good
sad.
memories.
Yeah,
Such good memories.
No, I
Well,
hate Robin. So
Jason
good.
comes
Good
up a
riddance.
bit, so we had to have something for him. I do have to make a Crisis on Infinite Earths one in a comic book code of authority because they are very important whenever you're talking about the history of a character. But it's the same thing, like they less so like they did with the New 52, where they're like, oh, all of that stuff happened. It just happened within the first 5 years of Batman's career. Stupid move, but it's for the most part, Batman's history was very kind of untouched from Crisis, but then you'll get shocking things like this, where and some for better, some for worse, but definitely, in my opinion, worse. For
Sure.
for Catwoman. So it says this. Go ahead.
I mean, I think like her origin, just so many different origins of a cat. They're all so different. You know, we always know, like, say when it's Superman. Superman's always born on Krypton. He's always sent to Earth. He's always adopted by loving parents, you know, pretty much. And then with Batman, we always know Batman's life, no matter what, he's set on this path after the murder of his parents. You know, usually that takes place in a alleyway for the most part. But
Spoilers,
no matter what happens, you know, it sparks his life as a vigilante. But in the case of Catwoman, her and how she got her name, everything, there's no linear direction. There's no easy way to pin it down. There's not one story.
No.
You know,
And the Superman's goal is to impregnate a whole bunch of human women.
Yes, which is now movie canon, by the way.
I mean, in Brightburn, you know, I'm just saying.
I mean, Brightburn is an example of destruction. What would be deconstruction to the Superman character? That's what Brightburn pretty much is. It's the darker side of that and deconstruction to his character. Although it's not a Superman movie, it can be viewed it that way. So
right.
Brightburn is, if anybody but the Kents found Clark, right? Like,
right.
You know, like they didn't have the moral fortitude to deal with like the superpowered kid. Now, granted, the superpowered kid was disposed to being evil rather than this.
Imagine if P. Diddy found Superman.
You would get R. Kelly.
Oh. Oh.
Wait, isn't R. Kelly older than P. Diddy?
I have no
when
idea.
he's
It
telling
was just a joke. Don't look into it any further.
Don't dissect it. Don't dissect it.
Yeah, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Moving forward. Moving on. No, but it's a very good point. So, like I said, sometimes you'll find they'll have Selena Kyle being at like this, like, really higher end party where like she's mysterious and everything, but you assume that she's like one of like Gotham's royalty, or like, yes, it's a socialite. Thank you. And then other times here, we got Stan the Pimp, and it's just
Stan's amazing name. I love it.
So, Sammy, are you going to come up with
My
a meme
name's
for? So, Sammy, are you going to come up with a story or a meme for Stan the Pimp now?
Yeah. It's going to be like, my name's Bushy Fleshhaven. It was like, my name's Chocolate Giddy Up. It was like, I'm Stan.
I mean, they literally carried on the sex worker.
You know what I am saying?
The set work, the
Pimp status. I'm Stan.
Oh,
I think it's one of her most hated aspects of the character, or maybe you can say contested. But it carried on like throughout other series, even when Doug Monarch, like a little bit more down the line, when he reimagined her as just a street thief. I mean, the sex worker stuff returned, and it still was talked about.
Yeah,
So Frank Miller really set that in motion, and it's not my favorite thing that Frank Miller did, and I think Frank Miller is a genius. So it's just
yeah,
consistent.
he is. But
Catwoman would
like I
have an
said,
OnlyFans.
he's hitting women, or he's hit and miss. Like and he
He's
has
hitting women.
well, he has. There is something about Frank with women. He doesn't write women necessarily well. He has a. And he also has a very set understanding of how he views these characters, and the problem is a lot of people take whatever Frank does as God damn it, Bush. No, but a lot of people take what Frank does as canon, where, since Frank Miller said it, like, it has to be like this now. And like I said, that's probably the biggest problem with Batman Year One, even though there's some wonderful things he brought to the mythos, is this wasn't an Elseworld story. This was in the direct continuity. And, now you got Catwoman who will paddle your ass for the correct price. And I don't like that. I don't like it.
I bet she'd step on me too.
Oh, yeah. Like, whatever you want. This is Gotham.
I'm just saying.
I don't get it.
Now we can get into Dark Victory, Long
And
Halloween.
that's the best. That, to me, this is the best. I absolutely love where they went with this storyline. I think it makes sense. I think it shows her as a complete parallel to Batman. I loved this whole storyline. I love When in Rome. It's not only it's a gorgeous looking book. It's very pulpy. Even that's why I think I like the Ed Brubaker and Darwin Cook Catwoman series too, because it was like pulpy,
yes,
rhyme tales and noir inspired, and that's interjected in that. But I loved the whole idea that it's implicated that she's the illegitimate daughter of Carmine Falcone. I think it makes sense for her character. I loved it. I don't know what else to.
Yeah, well, because it ties her into that world, and it kind of makes her this. It gives her a reason. It gives her this reason for wanting vengeance on the mafia in Gotham, and and it makes the character interesting because you would know that she would play in those worlds of the Gotham socialites, because I don't know if I need to tell you this, the mob does quite well in Gotham City. So you would have, it would make sense that she would see all these people, eating at these big tables and not having that, where she would have this chip on her shoulder. It really is wonderful. And it is. It's my favorite iteration of the character. Well, and it was like, also, I love this cover.
I love
so
it too.
much.
Every cover for When in Rome is phenomenal. And they really lean, I think, at a certain point between this, Adam Hughes artwork when he was doing Catwoman, even into like some of the Darwin Cook stuff. To me, it kind of, this series, she's given this like Audrey Hepburn look.
Yeah.
That I really love. And also like her physical looks also play on that duality of the character itself. And I love that. It's just a gorgeous looking book, and it fills in the blanks too. Like, a lot of people don't even know that When in Rome exists.
I know, it's insane to me. Also, another thing, even just looking at the cover, I love the almost like gaudy amount of bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's more orange looking than that for some reason. I don't know why. But I own that book or something.
Like, Tim Sale is phenomenal. Jeff Loeb is a writer. Jeff Loeb is one of my favorites.
Mine too.
I love Chris Claremont. Obviously, we know that he's my favorite. And I love Frank Miller. I love Jeff Loeb. I love Rick Remender. There's just certain people. Jeff Loeb, there's nothing that Jeff Loeb has ever written that I dislike.
No, and that's because
No.
Jeff Loeb, like, truly gets to the heart of what the character is when he does it. Like I said, Spider-Man Blue is probably one of my favorite comics ever, where where you just realize the pain that Peter Parker goes through and like the loss that he has suffered over the years, and it's part and parcel to who Peter is you know, he's very much like Batman, is a character that was born from pain, and you know, just the certain losses he's, you know, struggled with through the years, and where Mary Jane falls into all of that. And it was just so well done, but you couldn't have done it unless you know who these characters are. It's not like one of the things that I like so much about Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing is one, it's one of the best retcons in comic book history.
Yes, I agree.
But two, he didn't make it like an open and closed thing. He left it open enough where if you were smart enough, you could take what he had done and changed and keep going with it. He didn't like close it off as a storyline. He allowed that series to continue, and it has. I mean, sometimes for better, for worse. There's certain writers who do better with it than others, but there's other people who can pick up the mantle, like Grant Morrison, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna need a thesaurus to read this. I'm gonna need. I'm gonna have to read it like a couple of times. Now, sometimes he nails it, but there's other times where you're just like, this is overly complicated. Like there's, and granted, he has a plethora of comic book knowledge, but sometimes it's just like you're bringing in these big ideas that you don't necessarily need, because you know, you're kind of forgetting who the core character is. Like the return of Bruce Wayne was a mess. Like I just remember reading that and going like, this is, I mean, I'm sure like these highly complex ideas about like time travel, and I'm sure that's interesting to everybody or to some people, but like it wasn't necessarily a fun read. Like it was a great understanding of like the medium itself and the history of comic books, but it was like it didn't necessarily scream Batman to me. The whole point was Bruce Wayne, in any age you put him in, is going to be Bruce Wayne. He's going to be Batman because that's just who he is. And like it got like murky and
or Owlman.
Oh, well, Owlman is a variant of like the Earth 3 counterpart.
I'm picking on you.
Okay. Yeah, and then yes, we have the long Halloween.
Just scroll.
God, I love that cover.
More. Scroll down just a little more.
Where?
Scroll down.
Scroll.
Oh, right here.
There you go.
Oh yeah. No, this is awesome.
Yeah, Jim Valiant again.
Yep.
I believe. Love Jim Valiant's take on Catwoman.
And actually, Sammy, I got a scoop. I've actually got something that just came up, so I'm gonna have to.
Did this help?
No,
what
that
came up
actually didn't. That actually didn't. But it actually didn't. But it was just a nice way to.
All right. Well, it's always good to have you, Joker.
My pleasure.
Why don't you tell everybody where you're going to be?
Bye.
Oh, so I want to thank everyone who's my new subscribers. I gained 10 subscribers in a week.
Nice.
Kind of because of a video I did on Monday. Racked over 1,400 views. So for the month of September, Mondays are going to be Baby Metal Mondays. So along with the rest of the week, everything about the world of professional wrestling, and you can find me Wednesday nights overbooked with myself, Left Eye Ego, Matt the Unbearable 773 and Duke Devil 95, and you can catch myself and Sammy every Thursday with Roman of the Empire, and I'll probably be back here again talking about another of the lovely Rogues Gallery of Gotham, because also I'm going to get picked up for my trip to Arkham, because as we all know, Saturday night is taco night at Arkham. And why is that, Sammy?
Because it's a madhouse.
That's right. So thank you, thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to meet, ladies, and until next time, folks. Toodles.
Bye.
Toodles.
Take it easy, Joker.
Bye.
Yeah. So I mean, you could just leave it right here for the rest of the. No, I'm just kidding. But although it is not letting me.
Hey, Sammy, when you get a chance, check the private message.
I do love Hush too, which again, Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee. So I think Hush is a whole love story within it.
Oh.
It's a rogues gallery, but it's a love story. So, and I love that about that series. It's like
That's
the
good,
ultimate
man.
love story between Catwoman and Batman. It is.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely not getting into No Man's Land. No Man's Land was such a mess. We can. Yeah, I didn't like Salvation Run or anything like this. Yes, Heart of Hush. There you go. Some great art by Adam Hughes. But we can. We have enough where because I hate the New 52. There you
See,
go.
if you hate the New 52, read Convergence, and then you'll love New 52 because Convergence was an abomination.
Oh, really?
It's the absolute fucking worst. It is the worst things that was ever done to DC Comics. You will look back on the New 52 and say, "Wow, this is fucking great. This is great."
See, I've liked
yeah.
I've liked Rebirth. When it
Yeah,
brought
Rebirth was the Rebirth had to happen because Convergence is so fucking bad. That's why I'm telling you, Convergence is the worst thing to happen in the DC Comics, in my opinion. You know what? It didn't sell well in the comic book shops either.
Well,
It
probably
was horrible.
because. Well, I thought Convergence or Rebirth because I was like, I thought Rebirth did fine.
Rebirth did well. New 52 did well, but when Convergence came out, Convergence was shit. It was shit on a fucking shingle. It was so bad. Just burn it all. People forget that it even existed, that it was that bad, or they just want to forget. Jake Martin in your chat says that he's had the displeasure. So he understands what I'm talking about. It's an abomination. It's so fucking bad. It's the worst. You want to read a bad comic book? Go and pick up Convergence. Bad. Just shit.
Now I might have to, just out of curiosity. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up here with Catwoman and other media. I mean, obviously there is a myriad of different people who have played this character, some better than others. Obviously, we talked about, Batman 66. We had Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, and Lee Merriweather. As we said, Eartha Kitt leaned more into the growls and the rolling of the R's. Julie Newmar, I think, was the superior of the three.
The most beautiful. In my opinion, she's the most beautiful person that ever played Catwoman.
Oh yeah, I mean, even right here. The only thing I didn't like was the eyebrows. I never got that.
The fluffy eyebrows.
Yeah, I don't like the fluffy eyebrows.
Yeah, it was a little odd choice. I always thought, Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
I always thought Eva Mendes would make like a good Julie Newmar style Catwoman for whatever reason. I always thought that. So I don't know why. Yeah. Just like looks wise, I guess.
Britney Spears should be Catwoman. Now Britney Spears.
Catwoman?
Britney Spears, now Britney Spears. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Just having her on a Batman's like, what is that? And just see her just in a bikini dancing with knives.
I think that's more like Talia. Talia's a nut job.
Lizzo.
Thank you, dear.
Lizzo.
Morgan can, I'm trying to mute my mic, but my wife can hear me sneezing from all the way upstairs. All right. So we can do, so we covered that. We have Birds of Prey, which, I mean, this is the 2002 show, which I didn't hate.
I never saw her.
But she is a metahuman with cat-like abilities, and she's the mother of Huntress, which I thought was interesting because by that time Huntress had already become Helena. And oh god, I love that. I love old school Huntress. The 90s suit was killed by Clayface a couple of years prior. Wow, is that Clayface 3?
Clayface is one of my favorite villains.
Yeah, but I was like, when they have him in the suit, I think that's Clayface 3. Right there. It's just an odd, like, out of all the iterations of the character, why would you pick that one? Actually, let me wait. No, it's all the iterations. It's just that one just sticks out as the main one. Okay.
It's fucking weird.
Moving. Yeah, it is weird. Where it was just like, although I'm pretty sure that is the Matt Hagen Clayface, where he has the suit and all that. Which is why they're picking Matt Hagen. Okay, never mind. Oh, this is not Clayface talk. This is Catwoman talk. Okay, a young Selena Kyle, pretty girl. It's nothing like that. I just have a huge problem with Gotham, especially. Yeah, where it was just like, oh, this adult is going to run into child Bruce Wayne. By the time Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, this person's going to be in their 60s and not like a physical threat to Bruce anymore. So what are we doing?
You never know. Technology.
I mean, I definitely do like what they did with some of Catwoman's story, though, in Gotham, and they linked it more to, Carmine Falcone, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I did appreciate that, and I did like the playing on the parallel between, the young Bruce Wayne and Catwoman, their personalities. I did like that.
But it takes away like the mystery as well. It was like Batman should never run into Catwoman in this era and be like, "Who is that?" And like, you know damn well who that is. You've been dealing with this person since you were like 15. Like, it's obvious who that is. Like I said, it just takes away a lot of the mystery of that stuff. We can move on here. Obviously, Michelle Pfeiffer is genuinely and generally a very liked iteration of this character.
Absolutely.
And Hathaway is a little bit more divisive. I like her, but I do agree with you where it's very flat portrayal. And that's more writing than it is her. There's so many problems with that movie.
She sucks in general. She sucks.
I hope so.
I mean, I think that she looks the most like a comic book version of Catwoman from the iterations that are drawn. So she definitely looks like, that Adam Hughes Catwoman. She definitely looks like When in Rome Catwoman to an extent. She definitely has a look down. I think Michelle Pfeiffer didn't look anything like any iteration of Catwoman in a comic book physically.
Yeah.
I mean, she's blonde, but personality-wise, she had more of that dynamic personality and the duality. She displayed the duality really well. So, because with Catwoman, there is a duality at all times.
Well, there's more of like a triality.
As well.
So there's
yeah.
Before, you have before Selena, and then you have after Selena, where it's like she's totally encapsulating the character.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things in Batman Returns where you're like, I don't know about that, but there's certain things like I always use the example of when Michael Keaton is next to Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken's like, "You're not just saving me, you're saving a city," and Batman pushed
Christopher Walken.
And then he pushes Christopher Walken up against the wall. He goes, "Shut up, you're going to jail." And I was like, "That's Batman. That's Batman right there." Like, it was like, you get there's certain parts that bleed through, but like there's parts with her where she's like, "That's my name, Bruce. Don't break it unless you want to buy me a new one." I was like, "That's Catwoman. That's Catwoman, right?" You know, it was like they did the thing. They did it right.
Did you know Christopher Walken played Captain Hook in a musical?
No, but I would have seen the shit out of that.
He did.
He was probably,
And
you know
that,
what? I'm not gonna lie, he was probably fucking awesome.
Mel Gibson thought he was the Antichrist, and he flew from roof to roof or something. Like backwards. Yeah. There's an interview, it's hilarious, where he's like said that Christopher Walken came out of nowhere and then flew away backwards or something. He's the Antichrist. It's funny. So
I'm assuming that was why Mel was still drinking.
I think you're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right, Sammy. Though, like, yeah, like that's Catwoman. That's like what you would expect, like the challenging aspects of the personality.
Or a great example was when Penguin and Batman are like talking out in front of the Shrek store, and then she does all those backflips and just turns her head and goes meow, and then the building explodes. You're just like, oh my god!
I love that. Yeah. The scene too, like, did you see the behind the scenes? Michelle Pfeiffer did that scene there with all the mannequins, which you whipped them off in one take.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like, how fucking awesome is she for that?
Yeah, that's
she
one of my
trained
favorite
with
things.
the whip.
And just to know, because like I forgot the actress's name, who originally was supposed to play Vicky Vale, but she got like hurt in a horse riding accident, and she showed up in like a full Catwoman suit, like trying to talk to Tim Burton, but Tim Burton had already focused on Michelle Pfeiffer. So like this actress was just walking around dressed up like Catwoman, and Tim Burton was like hiding under his desk because
he's fucking hilarious.
Because
we're forgetting the best scene where Halle Berry is like sitting there with the old woman. The woman was like takes catnip and puts it in front of her face, and then figures out she's Catwoman because the catnip.
Yes, and I mean, very comic accurate, and also the best scene of basketball ever. In any adaptation, they don't even
and
have
fighting makeup, or what was it? Oh, beauty cream.
It's not even mentioned here because, as we know, Halle Berry is not playing Selena Kyle. She's someone else. They tried to do that like Catwoman is a totem.
I thought they called her
that,
Selena.
like anyone.
Which doesn't work yet. I think, wasn't it around the time they said like Catwoman had a Cuban mother or something?
No, it was like that, but like I said, the name is not Selena Kyle in the, so technically it's not really Catwoman, so it's not mentioned here on the live adaptations because
her outfit wasn't flattering. Her pants were awful in that outfit.
No, everything about that movie sucked. It won like, actually, if you ever saw Halle Berry like accept the Razzie,
yep, I have.
Super hilarious, and very self-aware. So we got the challenge of the Super Friends. Who's she? No, they don't even have who she's voiced by. Then you have Jane Webb in the Batman Superman Hour, which I do love the Batman Superman Hour. The New Adventures of Batman 1977. Melody Britt in The Batman. What this is, Gina Gershon.
Really?
This is and it's such a, and which you think would be great, and I think it's more the design of the character. It's just so bad, but yeah, she kind of has like this like kind of like 50s swagger to her, like Brave and the Bold.
What do you want? My cat's over here crying at me. What do you want?
Soul.
Oh, Alex Borstein in Robot Chicken. Alex Borstein is a talented voice actress. I don't think she gets enough credit. Christina Puccelli. So there's nothing major. So now we'll get into film. Yeah, let's see. So we get into live action.
So, what did you think of Zoe Kravitz? Because
That's basically the last one I want to cover.
Like, I'll wait until you get there because my dad actually had a funny comment when we were watching a trailer that came up on Fantastic Four. So, some movie.
Her
that
mom's
she-
snake got loose in Taylor Swift's bathroom and destroyed it. Did you know that? That just happened.
What?
It did it destroy it? Got her mom's Zoe Kravitz's mom's snake got loose in Taylor Swift's bathroom, and they had to destroy it to get the snake out of the plumbing. I thought it was funny. That just happened.
Oh, here we go. Now they have the Halle Berry. Yeah, as Patience Phillips is the incarnation of Catwoman that portrayed by Halle Berry.
Oh yeah.
All right, but so this is how we see Catwoman in the Batman. There's things that I like very much about the portrayal, and there's things that I don't like. Also, if you're watching the Batman for the first time and you see anyone on a motorcycle, that would be the time where you get up and go to the bathroom because they're going to be on those motorcycles for a good 5 minutes. I like.
see.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to make a comment, but
she's kind of an amalgam of what I didn't like about Frank Miller and what I liked about the When in Rome.
Yep, I agree.
Floor's yours.
Oh no, I agree with what you said because that's exactly my feelings on it. I don't know. So I was watching a trailer came up with some movie that she's going to be in, and my dad looked at me, and my dad goes, "She might make a good Catwoman." Zoe Kravitz, and I looked at him and I said, "I'm like, Dad, she was Catwoman." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, in the Batterson movie." And my dad's like, "Oh," and I'm like, and then we looked at each other and we're like, "She sucked." Like so like definitely because it was that bad. Like my dad couldn't remember that she even played Catwoman.
Yes,
so
yeah, she really was a cold fish.
I don't think she nailed the Catwoman personality down in aspects. She's not. She has the right look. I think she definitely has the right look. Another actress that has the right look, but she doesn't nail the personality. Very flat again.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's a dead
what
fish.
It is with the flatness,
well, she is a nepo baby, so
Catwoman, and but Zoe Kravitz is not a bad actress. She's not. It's just
she's not. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. So.
Couldn't nail this role. But honestly, I think like this Batman movie, it was great in the aspect of returning Batman to a detective roots. I did appreciate that, but I don't see Robert Pattinson as Batman. He would have been perfect to play Terry McGinnis, and they failed. They should have just done a Batman Beyond movie.
Oh, I would have liked that.
And had him play Terry McGinnis. And they should have brought in either Ben Affleck to be an old Batman or brought back
Keaton.
Why am I blanking on Michael Keaton's name? Yeah, Michael Keaton. That's what they should have done, and they epically failed in doing that because I can't see Robert Pattinson as Batman. I can't. He just isn't Batman to me. To me, I look at him, I see the haircut, and I just see Terry McGinnis. I feel like they should have done Batman Beyond, and they fucked up with that. Although I did appreciate the return to the detective roots, and it kind of was like a Batman meets a Seven movie in an aspect. Because Batman originally was a detective, and he still is a detective pretty much.
Oh yeah, I loved all those things like thumb drive. This guy's hilarious, and I was like, okay, this is like the Batman stuff that I've always wanted to see on screen. But then yes, and she's playing the same character when Batman's got those contacts on her and she's walking through the club. As she does when she's in the cat suit. There's no difference. There's no duality to be had. And, there's like, you get more build up on her character from like outside influences when like Batman's going through her apartment and he sees like she's behind on her bills and, she has a couple of cats, I have a thing for strays. Well, you wouldn't have said that unless we, went through your apartment and saw that you have a bunch of cats and that, like you may or may not be bisexual or like it's all it was all very weird. She was very flat, but I also thought Pattinson was flat. Like he wasn't necessarily.
He's emo.
Sorry, that just made me think of this bad CGI of when Halle Berry was turning into Catwoman when the cat was sitting on her chest. I don't know if you think about it. All the cats and the bad CGI. I don't know.
I think Zoe Kravitz had the right look for the character too. I just don't think she nailed the character's personality.
Could have been the direction, the director.
Well, it's not necessarily like
if
the
she's a good actress.
Too. It's not necessarily the director too. I would say just in general, to play Catwoman, you're going to have to read a lot because it stems back to the comics. There are so many different origins and iterations for this character. There are. So to me, the perfect acting, it's Michelle Pfeiffer's acting.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean,
it looks nothing like the character, but personality aspects, she nailed them. Catwoman cannot be flat. She's not meant to be a flat
I mean,
character.
that sexy outfit when she's talking to the assistant DA, she wears that and she somehow manages like not to be sexy.
Yeah.
It just feels like undercover work because that's kind of like she's so muted. And like you said, Batman's so muted. I think that's more Matt Reeves and, trying to really get that darkness noir feel, but there usually are femme fatales in noir movies. And it was like, and it was something just so off where you're going, well, I know that this character should be sexy here, but they're not.
It's him trying to be too muted and too grounded in real world. And it's got to remember, this is still a comic book. You still can have the femme fatale. You still can have her sexy. You can still have her in an outfit that accentuates a little bit more of the feminine form.
But in real world, women always use their sex appeal for the most part. Any woman is going to use their physical looks, their emotional intelligence, all things that would be linked to sex appeal to their advantage in most cases. Absolutely.
Yep.
Even women that don't traditionally outright put out their sex appeal, there still is, it's a femininity thing. And so even real world, so it doesn't make sense.
No.
She was boring. That's like the best way to put it is she was a boring Catwoman. Physically beautiful, but boring. There was nothing, like I said, just flat.
Yeah, huge missed opportunity as far as I'm concerned, because she does have the look, and I've seen her in other things where she's just fine. It's just whether it be direction, writing, something got lost in translation. But with that, we are going to wrap it up here. So
That's what she said.
In a small, we'll go panelist by panelist. We'll start with Sparkles. Sparkles, what is it that you think a quintessential Catwoman should be? In any iteration, what does she have to be?
Hot, likes sparkly things, smart, and basically Batman's opposite but the same. Like she can she can freaking I can't figure the word, like they she can challenge him. And
Yeah, she's his match.
big boobs. Yeah.
I agree. They look good on the page. Kayla?
Oh wait, can I say about my I'll do it then.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, my profile picture, I asked Bing to turn me into a funny Catwoman, and it's Jack. The AI made me look like that, but that's my profile picture, is me as Catwoman.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Oh, I said put sparkles. Yeah. Then I said it was ugly. I asked it to make it look better, but then it made it uglier. So no, but that's what it is.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I know. AI is very fickle. Kayla?
Yeah, look, I mean, look what happened with my screen. I look like a villain.
You look like a
Dude, I
Tokyo
love
Ghoul
yours, though.
character. I like yours.
It's just like when I'm like drunk on your show and you're like, what have I done?
Gathered together, just the best of the best. And this guy's drunk and he's passing out.
Well, like with MSK, I was like, yeah, my show's going to be on at midnight. And I was like, okay. Kayla.
Oh.
MSK's my butt.
What does Catwoman need to have? I think.
Yeah, no, like just what screams true Catwoman to you?
So to me, true Catwoman, she is enigmatic. She is an anti-hero in an aspect. She is dual in nature, both her as Selena and her as Catwoman. There is a duality there. She has to be highly intelligent. I like to see her also portrayed like that classical femme fatale role, and there has to be something that screams like noir or pulpy to her. I feel like it has to be a playback on those type of that type of femme fatale. There needs to be a certain amount of class and elegance to the character, but then there also needs to be that street smart that she has about her. So she has to be a complete paradox. That's what I think. She has to be a complete paradox. Everything about her.
You don't need to make her a prostitute in order to do that.
Yes. I love when she is completely fully fleshed out. So she has to be completely fleshed out. She needs to be round dynamic. She's not meant to be a flat static character at all. There has to be things that are compelling about her, and that it's just important to keep her an enigma, I think. I think I did say that, enigmatic.
Yes, you did.
And I love having her as a parallel or a odd mirror counterpart to Bruce. I do like when they are lovers. I do. I think that is, if it's a chessboard, she's the queen on the board to his king. So I like when they bring them together. I hate when they separate them, but I also love that they're together but can't be together aspect as well. So
yeah, in any good story, there should always at some point in time there should be a sorry, darling, I didn't, and then kind of leaves them high and dry. That's really part and parcel of who the character is. Like they should enjoy each other, and there should be that love-hate thing there. Emerald, what do you think?
Being that Catwoman and essentially is supposed to be a love interest for Batman, I think it is most imperative for her to be of dual personality, in the sense like Batman is. You have the Bruce Wayne, you have the Batman, you have Selena Kyle, you have the Catwoman. Those, they should be almost, because I'm going to yin and yang type aspect of things. It should a good Catwoman is the counter to Batman, and also that attractiveness to each other. So it's a femme fatale. It is the more anti-hero, but also the jewel thief, the petty thief, the stuff, not a justice warrior or a really big, huge villain type aspect. I think it's just perfect that way. And big boobs. We can't get away from big boobs. But and then on top of that, not a dominatrix type of uniform, but definitely feminine.
Yes. I'll as for myself, I'll speak in dualities here. Smart, stacked, vulnerable, dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And in catsuit, not dominatrix. There should always I didn't like that in the Batman animated series, where they kind of made her like a cat's rights advocate for like a couple of things, and you're just like, I don't. That feels more like Poison Ivy's game than it does, and yes, she should be just as bright as Bruce. I don't mind if there's a little bit of damage. You know, that feels fine. But yeah, to make her an all-out like streetwalker, I'm not really into that. I very much more rather have her be like a Gotham socialite, someone who doesn't need to steal but just does because it turns her on. You know, like that. You know, I or like I said with the Falcones. You know, there's that chip on her shoulder there, but I mean, it's like you know it when you see it, and you can tell when it's being done right. But I think that's a good place to end. Sparkles, where are you going to be the rest of the week, or you know, coming up?
I don't know. I got my Supergirl outfit, and I'm trying to get something together to where I can show it off. So that's what
Well, you got to talk to Enzo. I'm sure we can find a pool somewhere.
Yes, but no. Yeah, so maybe Sunday, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. And then I know Starka Iron Tony's gonna do something with me. I was gonna talk to you about it too. So.
Okay, yeah, just let me know. Kayla, I know you've been having issues. I know you weren't feeling good last week. I know you've been busy, so I'm grateful that you were able to make it on the show. There is, you know, I know we've had to move it around a little bit to get you on, but I'm glad that you were able to make it. And what do you have? Are you going to be streaming at all?
So I'm not sure if I'm streaming this week. It's always week to week just because I stream with other people and my work schedule and working 3 jobs. What I am doing is working on stuff and things. A lot of things. I can't talk about them right now. In the future, people will see. I do want to try to get my interviews up and going and starting a channel, but I really don't know how to work StreamYard the best on my own, and I don't know how to make videos. And it's been a little bit tough. I'll discuss that with you at a different time, but I am really thankful that you moved things around and included me in this, because I've been wanting to come on and talk about something. And for me, when it comes to the Batman stuff, it's Catwoman. You know, Catwoman always has had a special place in my heart. I know a lot of people know me as Jean Grey's my favorite comic character and everything, but the first comic character I was ever drawn to was Catwoman as a child. And that was my first real love with comics. It was Catwoman. So thank you so much for having me.
Mm-hmm.
It's been wonderful, and maybe again in the future,
whenever you can swing it. Yeah, you guys are all. Oh, yeah, you're
I don't know
always welcome.
what you're covering.
I know you know your stuff.
Should check him Sunday so he can put you on the spot for weather or sports.
Yeah, if you ever feel like reading dumb news stories, you're always welcome on the news as well. And then someone who my door is never closed to, Mr. Drunken Emerald Arrow, my partner in crime on this, and it's Iron Oxide too, but he's usually asleep now. So
yeah, he I'm starting to think he has narcolepsy. Anyway, like you, or well, coming up shortly, we have Touchgrass Enthused Snodgrass over on his channel at 11 a.m. PST, where I produce. And then the return of my show, insert title here, which is moved from Fridays to Saturdays. So tonight at 7 p.m. PST on my channel is insert title here. I am still working on a few final touches for what I'm dubbing season 2. And then we're going to then kick it off. And then on Tuesday on my channel at 6 p.m. PST, we have Nerds Covering the News. And then on Wednesday at 7 p.m. PST over on Devil Made Me Do His channel, we have Make Me a Sandwich, where I am a panelist and produce. And then Weekly Rogues Gallery on Fridays at 5:35, and soon that will be in October. That's going to be moving days as well. And
again?
No. It's been Fridays. It's going to be moving to Saturdays.
Okay. Wow,
we are moving a bunch of our shows on Saturday. I'm going to be starting Saturday morning off with Cavecast, and then Touchgrass, and then Weekly Rogues Gallery, and then ending the day out with my show with insert title here.
That actually makes it easier for me.
It does. It's condensing all my streaming just to one day, just right down the line with a couple breaks in there in between.
well, either way, I'm sure our paths will cross on that because I am regular on both those shows. I am gonna.
Oh yeah. One last thing.
Absolutely.
The Lions.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's what we got here.
Oh, I forgot. I turned you into Catwoman. We'll be posting it on Twitter.
I myself am going to take a hot shower. My band has a show down in Detroit tonight, and I am congested. But if I'm feeling better, I will probably do the news on Sunday. I believe that will be episode 38, 39. So we're getting up there. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm sure the news will be stupid. I believe we have Smooth the DJ, who's gonna be one of our guests. He's across the pond, so he's gonna stay up till 3 a.m. to come hang out with us. So it's like me when I hang out on everybody else's channel that I fall asleep on, and I don't know. Be nice to everybody. Read comic books and make someone laugh today. Everyone have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow back here for in other news.
Peace and chicken grease.
Peace and
Come on.
Yes, Batman, clad in the somber costume which has struck terror to the heart of many a swaggering denizen of the underworld. Bob? Gun.
Holy CinemaScope! Holy miscast Batman! Holy movie mogul! Holy cliffhangers Batman! Holy suborbit Batman! It's raining down there! Holy history! Holy catastrophes Batman! Holy bullseye Batman! Holy stereo! Listen to this! Holy armadillos! Holy Krypton! Holy trampoline! Holy fork in the road! Holy Titanic Batman! Holy Houdini! Holy funny bone the Joker! Holy chutzpah! Holy precision! Come on, Worth!
Tomorrow, same that time, same that channel.
The monster who took you from me will soon learn that revenge is a dish best served cold.